Welcome back, sports fans, to the only show that's guaranteed to cut down the nets at the end of March Madness. I'm Chris Carr.
And I'm Kevin Cohen.
And today we're going back
and forth.
An early exit down in Los Angeles in the Pac-10 tournament, losing to USC 79-75. The Cal men's basketball team received a 7 seed heading into the NCAA tournament. They will face Maryland, who is number 10, on Thursday in Kansas City, Missouri. Now, Kevin, what do the Bears need to do to advance past this first round?
Maryland's not going to be an easy out by any means as the number 10 seed, but what Cal needs to do is, make their jump shots and really get out and guard. Okay? Now, I think the main priority is shutting down 6'6" point guard Grievous Vasquez of Maryland. Now, his slashing ability is really going to present matchup problems for the Bears, but I really think Jorge Gutierrez and maybe even Theo Robertson will get out and guard him and hopefully shut him down.
But I think Jorge Gutierrez does present the best matchup for Cal in terms of Vasquez. One of the things about Vasquez, too, he's leading his team in points, rebounds, and assists. That's the 6th time in all of ACC history that that's happened. He's in pretty good company with a player like Tim Duncan. You might have heard of him from Wake Forest. So, that's going to be important defensively. On the offensive side, they're really going to need to go with what brought them to the dance, their three-point shooting ability. They led the Pac-10 in that category all season long, so that's going to be important offensively.
Yeah, and Cal is also facing a potential second-round matchup with Memphis, so what are your thoughts on that?
Well, the Tigers definitely are playing with a chip on their shoulder, so that's going to be tough for the Bears if they advance.
The Cal women's basketball team will also be dancing this year in the NCAA tournament as they receive the 4th seed in the Trenton Regional on Monday. They will take on the 13th seeded Fresno State Bulldogs, who won the Western Athletic Conference. Now, Chris, with number 1 UConn looming, what are your expectations for this team?
Well, hopefully, Kevin, they can actually get into the Final Four and get a championship for their seniors like Ashley Walker and Devin Hampton. It's the last chance for them. But realistically, I don't see them getting past the giant and undefeated UConn. They've got Maya Moore and Gino Auriemma as their coach, so it's going to be a tough road for them.
Yeah, I agree, Chris. UConn, I think, is much too strong. They've defeated teams by an average of 31 points this year, and also history is unfortunately not on Cal's side. They've never reached past the second round in tournament appearances.
Well, one of the things, though, that is very important in terms of motivation is that Joanne Boyle said after that loss at USC in the Pac-10 championship, this team is ready and motivated to go into the tournament with something to prove. So that's definitely something to watch for. Turning to the national spotlight, the NCAA brackets for the men were released on Sunday, and 3 Big East teams, Louisville, Pitt, and UConn, all received number 1 seeds. North Carolina from the ACC got the 4th number 1 seed, and 6 Pac-10 teams got into the tournament as well. Now, Kevin, now that you've had a couple of days to fill out your bracket, who's your Final Four?
Well, I like Pitt from the East, UNC from the South, Louisville from the Midwest, and actually Missouri from the West as a number 3. A little bit of a sleeper team there. I don't think a lot of people are picking them, but I eventually have Pitt winning it all because I think they have all the pieces of the puzzle. I think they were the most consistent all year. They play hard-nosed defense, have a good big man in DeJuan Belair, and have an excellent coach in Jamie Dixon.
Well, they do, but the thing that sticks out to me about Pitt, they're in my Final Four as well. DeJuan Belair is a sophomore, so they have a lot of time with him to, get a championship later. They're in my Final Four along with UNC, Memphis, and Louisville. I think UNC is actually going to be winning it all because Tyler Hansborough is just a beast, averaging over 20 points a game. And, he's in his senior season, so he's definitely going to want a championship before he graduates.
Yeah, he's really hungry. And, I'm thinking Missouri is a sleeper because Damari Carroll has, really carried this team this year.
When I say Syracuse is my sleeper because, what they did in the Big East tournament was just phenomenal.
Well, that does it for Back and Forth this week. For Chris Carr, I'm Kevin Cohen. Make sure you tune in next time to get your download for What's Up in Cal Sports. Good luck on your brackets.